These are the 10 biggest trophies in football, but for each one, there's a great player who never won it. So in this video, we'll see the best player who never won each major title, starting with the smallest trophy on the list, the Domestic Cup. Winning it seems easy for a big player, and England made it even easier with 2 national cups. But it's not easy for Harry Kane. Playing for Tottenham, he reached the semi-final of the FA Cup, but was eliminated. Now in the AFL Cup, he went further, reaching the final twice, but Tottenham lost both times. He was tired of this, so he moved to Bayern, hoping to finally win at least the German Cup. But in his first season there, against a small club called Saarbrücken,
options are waiting. Goes! Oh my word, I don't believe it!
by 2-1, Bayern was eliminated, and in the following year was eliminated by Leverkusen. However, the National Cup is a small title compared to the others, so let's keep raising the level. But even worse than never winning a domestic cup is never winning a domestic league title. And there's a big player who never won it, also because of his own fault. When he was 22, he was already playing for Liverpool, and they finished as Premier League runners-up. So it looked like just a matter of time for the trophy to come. But in the following years, they finished 5th, 4th and 5th again. Until in 2009, they managed to reach 86 points in the league. But they were still behind Man United. Gerrard was getting closer to the end of his career, but he'd still have one last chance. In the 2013-14 season, Liverpool had the strongest team in the Premier League, and they proved it. By matchday 25, they destroyed Arsenal 5-1 and kept winning game after game, including a 3-0 win over United at Old Trafford, 4-0 against Tottenham, and a 3-2 win over Man City. They won 12 matches in a row, so Liverpool reached matchday 36 as the league leaders. Now they had one last challenge to Gerrard finally win the title, facing Chelsea. But in the first half, when the game seemed under control, he made the biggest mistake of his life.
Oh, and Gerrard has slipped, and Demba Ba is through here for Chelsea. It's Ba! He scores in front of the Kop!
Liverpool took a big hit, and that led to another Chelsea goal. With a 2-0 defeat, they dropped to 2nd place in the table, ending the Premier League season just 2 points behind Man City. That's just crazy. Now if we climb one more step, we get to the Europa League. And a player who never won it is Messi, but the Argentine also has never played in it. However, in 2022, Man United went to the Europa League with one of the greatest players ever in the squad, Cristiano Ronaldo, who helped United with 4 goal contributions. And even though Ronaldo had to leave the club after that, if they actually won the trophy, he would receive a medal also. But in the quarterfinals, Man United was eliminated. So Ronaldo is the best player who played it but never won it. And we'll keep going until we get to the World Cup. Now moving up another level, we reached the Champions League, which had 2 eras, the old European Cup and the tournament we have today. And the best player who never won an European Cup is also among the greatest of all time, Diego Maradona. After winning the Italian Championship title, he finally played in his first European Cup in 1987. But the tournament started right in the knockout stage, and they faced Real Madrid, so Napoli was eliminated. But it wasn't over. He would still have another chance in 1990, when Napoli started with a huge 5-0 win over a team from Hungary. That took them to the round of 16, and Maradona finally started a dream about lifting the trophy. But to go to the quarterfinals, they'd have to beat Spartak Moscow. However, after 2 draws, it went to penalties, where Maradona scored, but one of his teammates missed it. So he had to say goodbye to the European Cup forever. Now there's a player who's won everything, even the Ballon d'Or and the World Cup. But when it comes to the Champions League, the story is different. The R9. It was only 1998, when he was 22 at Inter Milan, that he finally played in a tournament for the first time. But Ronaldo only scored once and they were knocked out in the quarterfinals. After that, his career was heavily affected by knee injuries. But the next time he played in the Champions League, it seemed like he was finally gonna win it. In the 2002-2003 season, he was playing for Real Madrid, and in the quarterfinals, he scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford. And then in the semi-final, he gave another step towards the title.
Ronaldo, and Ronaldo is in here, real chance! Oh, he's done it again!
They defeated Juventus. But then in the second leg, the Italians made an incredible comeback, eliminating Real Madrid. And to make things worse, in the following year, they were eliminated by Monaco in the quarterfinals. In 2005, they fell in the round of 16, in 2006, again in the round of 16, and in 2007, they were eliminated yet another time. So Ronaldo left the club, joined AC Milan, where they didn't play the Champions League, and came back to Brazil. But before we go to the national team competitions, there's the Club World Cup, a title that Ronaldinho could only dream of. After winning the Champions League with Barcelona, he went to the 2006 Club World Cup, where in the first match they completely destroyed Club America from Mexico, with a stunning top corner goal by Ronaldinho. So to win the title, they'd only have to defeat a team from Brazil, which seemed easy, but that Brazilian side managed to have an incredibly solid defense. And then in the 82nd minute,
Oh, he's got Adriano on the right. Luis Adriano with a chance! Would you believe
in
it?
a surprising way, Barcelona finished as runners-up. But if a Brazilian club won it, in 2013, Ronaldinho went to the tournament with a Brazilian club called Atlético Mineiro. That was the only major title that was missing from his career, so everyone had expectations. But in the semi-final, they ended up losing by 3-1. Now let's climb up, going to the national team competitions, starting with the Nations League. And in the semi-final in 2023, Croatia eliminated the Netherlands, so they reached the final to face Spain. But Croatia just couldn't get past the Spanish keeper, the match went to penalties and...
Who can't score? What Laporte couldn't. Which he does!
Croatia finished as runners-up. And in the following Nations League, they were knocked out in the quarterfinals against France. So Modric will end his career without that trophy. But that's nothing compared to the player who never won a Copa America. Messi spent years trying to win it until he finally lifted the trophy. But someone who's missing it from his trophy cabinet is Pelé. In his first Copa America, he literally dominated with 11 goal contributions. Even so, the tournament was played in a league format, and Brazil finished 1 point behind Argentina. But he was still young, he would have many more opportunities to win it. However, Pelé was already a global superstar, and the Copa America wasn't important from Brazil at the time. On top of that, no one wanted to risk Pelé getting injured in a tournament like that. So he simply decided not to play in the Copa America anymore, and in his career, never winning the tournament in his own continent. Now moving up a level, we reach the UEFA Euro, and the player who never won it is always on the list of the best in history. But not when it comes to this tournament. Back in the day, it was much harder to qualify for the Euros. Only 4 countries qualified, and the tournament started directly in the semi-finals. So the Netherlands failed to qualify in 1968 and also in 1972. Until finally, in the qualifiers for the next edition, the Netherlands with Johan Cruyff finally managed to reach the quarterfinals. And against Belgium, he absolutely destroyed them. With 5 goal contributions by Cruyff, they defeated Belgium 7-1 on aggregate. So they finally managed to reach the semi-final. Just 2 more matches to win the title. However, in the semi-final against Czechoslovakia, they went to extra time 1-1. And just when it seemed like it would go to penalties, Czechoslovakia scored 2 more goals. Johan Cruyff was eliminated and had to say goodbye to his chances of winning the Euros. And Cruyff never won a World Cup either. If there's a trophy every player dreams of since childhood, is this one. And the best player in history to never win it actually came closer than most people remember. Back in 2006, the Portuguese national team arrived at the tournament as the current UEFA Euro finalists, and coached by Felipão, the current World Cup champion. So in the group stage, they won all their matches, defeated the Netherlands in the round of 16 and England in the quarterfinals. The young Ronaldo, at just 21 years old, was only 2 games away from becoming a world champion. You could see in his eyes that he was fired up to win it. So Portugal went all in. Deco had a shot saved by the keeper, then another went wide, and Figo tried one more. But while Portugal seemed close to scoring, the Portuguese defender committed a penalty. So Zidane went for it.
It's 1-0 France!
After that, France's defense kept holding Portugal's attacks and they were eliminated. Now people expected them to do even better in the next World Cup, but they actually got worse. In 2010, they fell in the round of 16. In 2014, it was in the group stage. In 2018, in the round of 16 again. And in 2022, eliminated in the quarterfinals. So even though he won 34 trophies, the World Cup isn't one of them. So what did you think of this video? If you enjoyed it, I think you're gonna like this one too. Thanks for watching and bye!